and Bale, and they've got a good midfield, Alonso, Modric and Kroos. If those players can't dominate the game, then there's something wrong with this Real Madrid side.
They face off against an Atletico Madrid side coached by Diego Simeone. They've invested over $125 million to revamp the squad that has lost Diego Costa to Chelsea. They won the league title last year, and they are ready to face off a Real Madrid side that would test their intensity of play. The dawn of a new season, and already Atletico required to pressure and run at peak level.
Absolutely, that's their style of play. They like to win the ball back in midfield, then they've got to break from there. But they've got to make sure they stop Real Madrid playing.
As teams come out on the pitch, Real Madrid and Atletico face off in the first leg of the Spanish Super Cup, live on ESPN. With the number 9 jersey worn by Alfredo Di Stefano displayed on the field, and Alfredo passed away this past July. The man most think responsible for making Real Madrid the club they are today. With him, they were able to win 5 European Cups, and his titles are displayed on the field at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Madrid club as we know it. this is the Real Madrid side that will face off Atletico Madrid in the first leg of the Spanish Super Cup with Iker Casillas in goal. Marcelo comes in and replaces Quintrao at left back. That's the only change from the lineup, or from the back four that played in Lisbon 87 days back when these two sides met for the European Cup. Three of the new signings for Atletico Madrid make up the starting 11 for Diego Pablo Simeone this evening. The referee for tonight's match, Javier Estrada Fernandez, 38 years of age, Catalan, has refereed over 100 First Division matches in Spain. Madrid's 21 of those last year. Stewart, he has said he's prepared for this match by watching every single preseason game these two sides have played.
But he's going to have to make sure he gets complete control of the game. You know that Champions League game in Lisbon, certainly Atletico Madrid got a lot of tackles in. There are the substitutes.
We see Keylor Navas, the goalkeeper for the Costa Rica side that surprised the world in the World Cup in Brazil. Fabio Quintrao on the bench, as is Angel Di Maria, one of the players that was responsible for Real Madrid reaching so far as touching and taking the European Cup home last season. Miguel Moya in to replace Thibaut Courtois and the German Toni Kroos, who, just as Ronaldo did in 2002 and Fabio Cannavaro in 2006, comes in with a World Cup as the new signing for Real Madrid. Mario Mandzukic, 2 seasons at Bayern Munich, and Diego Simeone coaching Atletico Madrid for a second consecutive time in a Super Cup. Last time around he lost against Barcelona on away goals. This first match played here at the home of the Copa del Rey winners, Real Madrid. On Friday they'll meet to decide it all at the Vicente Calderón Stadium as La Liga champions kick things off at the Bernabeu with Stuart Robson, Fernando Palomo. The first leg of the Spanish Super Cup trophy that's been disputed without interruption since 1982. It opens the door to a new season and pits the winner of the league title against the team that lifted the Copa del Rey. 2 legs. Again, first game here at the Bernabeu, the home of the Copa del Rey winners. Second leg will be played on Friday. Away goal rule in effect. In case of a draw, after both matches, the team with the most goals scored in the opponent's field will win the trophy.
Well, already you see that Atletico Madrid, they're going to press the ball when it comes into midfield. They're going to allow the back players to have the ball, and that's where they're competitive. You can see a lot more of that. Gabby with the challenge on that occasion. There's going to be a lot of free kicks given away in that midfield area.
Xabi Alonso, Pepe, Carvajal.
Interesting to see that Raul Garcia is going to play as the second striker up alongside Mandzukic. There's another one. The referee's going to have to get a grip of the game. One flan on Cristiano Ronaldo. Good intense battle. Good fullback against the player. He's already scored a couple of goals this season.
Over to the other side for Dani Carvajal, who plays it upfield, and one of the new signings, Guilherme Siqueira, who comes over from Benfica. Thrown by Carvajal. Pepe. If it were not for Sergio Ramos' 93rd minute goal in Lisbon, we'll be talking about Atletico Madrid being the European champions as well.
Well, they defended so brilliantly that night up until that goal from Ramos. What a good header it was as well. But of course, the game changed in that extra time.
Xabi Alonso, Cristiano. Right on Juan Fran, who wins the ball. There's Koke, looking upfield for Mario Mandzukic. Marcelo. Done well, Marcelo, to clear the attack now for Real Madrid. Carvajal. Gareth Bale. Bale scored in that Champions League final in Lisbon. Was the only goal scorer in the US tour this preseason for Real Madrid, a side that has not looked good in friendlies, but handily beat Sevilla for the European Super Cup last week with 2 Cristiano goals. There's a Portuguese superstar. In comes the first shot, no. Juan Fran goes low, as Gavi cannot reach it.
It's important that when Cristiano Ronaldo goes up against Juan Fran, the holding midfield player, Gavi, gets across and does his job just as he did there. Suarez is also in that holding midfield player's position.
Modric, he's got some room. Bale.
Modric missed the opportunity just to play it back into the path of Gareth Bale there. Gareth Bale coming infield, playing the square 1-2. Modric missed the opportunity. And there's another poor challenge. Koke, the player that makes it. And Pepe.
Left the studs high on Pippen. He'll be the first yellow card of this match.
Well, if you thought this game was going to be played with a low intensity, think again. Certainly Atletico Madrid, that's the way they play, that's the way they're expected to play by their coach Simeone. And it's a poor challenge. Pepe certainly makes the most of it. He's got a long game in front of him now. Koke, without getting himself booked a second time.
Cristiano Ronaldo with Marcelo on his side.
He had a poor World Cup, Marcelo, but he was instrumental in the way Real Madrid came back into the game. When he came on for Contrao in that final in Lisbon, he was brilliant in this latter part of the second half and extra time.
Marcelo, who's been excluded from Dunga's first list as a new Brazil national team manager. In that list is Miranda, the starting center back alongside Diego Godin for Atletico Madrid tonight. Neymar is in, and surprisingly Hulk as well. Squad they'll face off against Colombia in Miami and Ecuador in New Jersey in early September. There's Carlo Ancelotti, who's already won another title for Real Madrid, that UEFA Super Cup in Cardiff last week.
Well, he's a very calm manager. Certainly gets the best out of his players. That wonderful time at Chelsea. Now he's done exactly the same for Real Madrid.
Ancelotti won the equivalent to the Super Cup in England, the Community Shield, with Chelsea once. He did so as well in Italy, looking to become one of the few coaches that has won Super Cups in 3 different countries.
Has to be said, the intensity of the Community Shield played in England is nowhere near as great as this one. Already the good atmosphere, game being played at a good pace. It's up to Real Madrid to break Atletico Madrid down here.
Pepe. Bale. Carvajal. The cross by Carvajal. There's Benzema. Cleared away by Sequeira. Koke playing on the left side.
Well, if you want to see how Real Madrid are going to break Atleti down, it's by switching the play quickly, because Atletico Madrid under Simeone play a very, very narrow midfield. So any switch of play, they can get down the right-hand side, particularly in the 2v1. Gareth Bale and the fullback, Carvajal.
First time Captain Iker Casillas gets a touch of the ball in this match. And another foul in midfield. This time Gavi on Toni Kroos.
He hasn't had too much of the ball, Toni Kroos, so far in his first 7 or 8 minutes. It's about the 4th foul that's been committed, 4th poor foul. Already had 1 booking. Brilliant from Godin. As he was for most of last season and in the World Cup, he was Uruguay's best player.
Aside from last Champions League final, Godin had won every single final he was a part of, including Copa America final with the Uruguay. If we consider last match day, the 38th game played in La Liga last season, a final, because that was one win and you take the title home type of game. Godin scored that goal for Atletico's title in La Liga, the one title that has them playing in this Super Cup.
And there's probably no better attacking header of the ball in this game than that man, Godin. We saw it at the World Cup when he scored against Italy. He's an outstanding header of the ball. Good reader of the game.
Madrid. Ball played with his chest by Cristiano Ronaldo. Marcelo trying to break up field. Looked like he was fouled by Juan Fran and his shirt was pulled. And already you see Atletico player Stewart doing a lot of chatting with the referee.
I think both sides will be trying to convince the referee they're in the right. They will be looking for players to be booked at every opportunity. Atleti will be claiming that some of the Real players are diving and making the most of situations. Exactly what happened in all their contests last season.
Mandzukic coming up. Mario. Siqueira. He knows Real Madrid, having played at Granada in the Spanish La Liga. Went over on loan to Benfica. Originally signed by Udinese in Italy, but loaned out to the sides mentioned before. Toni Kroos breaks up.
So at the moment, they can't counter-attack because so many players are coming back into midfield. Even Mandzukic is trying to make it difficult for Real Madrid to play through them. So when they do win the ball, they haven't got a forward pass, and that's what's happening.
Bale just won it. Cristiano Ronaldo now. Benzema, nice touch. Bale.
Wrong decision from Gareth Bale. Brilliant touch round the corner, you'll see it from Benzema. Then he has to get the return pass in, does Gareth Bale. Here it comes. There's the ball round the corner. You can just see Benzema coming into the picture now. Bale has to get it back to him. And he's just apologising.
Cristiano Ronaldo scored 17 goals in last season's Champions League to break the all-time season scoring record in that tournament. Scored in the final, the fourth and final goal of that 4-1 win by Real Madrid in Lisbon. What was the fifth time they played Atletico in last season. Atletico was able to win one of those matches. Simeone taking advantage of a newly formed Real Madrid side and beat them in the first time they met back in September of last year. Gareth Bale trying to break loose. And you saw Simeone asking for a yellow on Bale, thinking he had dived, trying to pressure the referee, but this is the second yellow card that comes out for an Atletico player.
That's a poor challenge, and one he doesn't need to make. Flew in from a long way out. It was easy for Gareth Bale just to lift the ball over him. Siqueira, once again, flying into the challenge, lifts his leg up. It's a poor challenge, it's a high challenge as well. It's clever play from Gareth Bale, just lifting the ball up, but he knows he's past him. He's going to be running in behind him. Cynical from the left back.
As things go, Stuart, chances of seeing 22 men on the field are slim.
Well, the way the game's going at the moment, the way that they're approaching it, Atleti doesn't look good from their point of view. They're sliding into challenges away from home. The referee will listen to the crowd at times. He'll listen to some of the Real Madrid players.
Here's Marcelo winning it back as Cristiano Ronaldo fell in the box.
Didn't see the best of Cristiano Ronaldo at the World Cup. But he was poor, both in his attitude and his displays. Never really looked fit. Are we going to see the best of him here?
Finished the season off nursing an injury to his knee as Mario Mandzukic brings it down his shot. Well taken by Iker Casillas.
Well played by Mandzukic as well. Just found himself in that little bit of space. Raul Garcia is good in the air. He wins the first ball. Mandzukic, good first touch. He's trying to hit it. His lace is right through the back of the ball.
Carvajal, nice place. And the startup of this one with Stuart Robson, Fernando Palomas, Gareth Bale tries to break loose and take advantage of the fact that Sequeira already is playing with one yellow. Sees another one and he'll see the rest of the match from the dressing room. Ramos. Rebound taken by Modric. Jose Mourinho had mentioned in an interview this summer that Luka Modric was his first choice.
And you see two centre-halves going for the same ball up against Raul Garcia. It was a good effort from that man, Mandzukic. We're talking about people having poor World Cups.
And here comes Saul. One-on-one is shot, and Iker Casillas again. He took it so softly. Saul, the player that has come in and replaced Antoine Griezmann on the starting lineup.
But it all came about from a mistake from Ramos. He was saying he didn't get a call, but it was just poor play from him in the end. Saul could he have gone further? Could he have got closer to goal? Maybe so. Here's this 2v1, or certainly easy to get the ball to Gareth Bale down this right-hand side.
Bale came in and he looked for the contact with Mario Suarez. Cristiano Ronaldo. Pepe. Xabi Alonso. The long pass. It goes out of bounds.
Here it is again. Flick on from Mandzukic. There's a poor header. There's the touch from Ramos straight to the path of Saul. Doesn't quite get the power or the accuracy to get it back across Casillas. An easy save for him in the end. May have seen the last of Casillas after the World Cup. He had that disastrous time, but he's back now as Real Madrid's #1.
#1 TV show for soccer analysis. ESPN2, catch it tonight, 11 o'clock Pacific. ESPN FC with all the highlights, the commentary of this match, as well as the Champions League playoffs. Marcelo. Xabi Alonso. Short pass to Toni Kroos. He's got so much football sense, Toni Kroos does. Knows exactly what to do with the ball, even before the ball reaches him. Makes you think, how much time does Xabi Alonso have to be a starter on this team?
Well, I think Xabi Alonso is still the player that can do the holding midfield player's job. I'm not sure that's the position that Toni Kroos likes to play. It's interesting to see where James Rodriguez is going to get into the side.
Marcelo. Cleared away. Last shot. There is James Rodriguez, the Colombian Golden Boot winner at the World Cup in Brazil. Seeing the start of this one from the bench, Carvajal. The shot goes, or the cross goes off Cookie. Become the first corner kick of the game.
And they've decided to leave the right side open. Carvajal's going to have a lot of the ball. Koke's going to have to get out and pressurise him at some point. He's done that and given a corner away here.
Modric to take it. Mandzukic makes it his second corner for Real Madrid. Shades of that Lisbon goal by Ramos, something he might be talking to Miranda about. Came from that side and off of Luka Modric as well. As Ramos came flying in to equalize it in the 93rd minute. And Atletico already savoring their first European crown in history. Marcelo. Ramos. Wide open again is Carvajal as they are trying to attack the side of Guilherme Siqueira, already playing with a yellow. There's Antoine Griezmann on the Atletico bench. French international that comes over from Real Sociedad. Marcelo upfield. His cross went out of bounds.
That's when he's at his best, Marcelo, when he's breaking forward, as he did in the Champions League final. Changed the game. Ancelotti will be wanting to do that more and more, but he's got to be disciplined as well. That's where he had a problem in the World Cup. Simeone makes sure his players are disciplined in terms of their positional play, not always with their tackling.
Xabi Alonso won that one. Benzema drops back. Cristiano Ronaldo looking for Bale. It lands straight on Siqueira. Looked like he had a touch with his arm on that one.
See that Atleti don't try and play out from the back. They're going to go longer up towards Raul Garcia.
There's a touch by Garcia. Looking for Saul.
It's good play. Mandzukic and Raul Garcia doing well. Saul coming in off that touchline, making the diagonal run in behind Real Madrid's back four.
Juan Fran, who was a former product of Real Madrid's academy. Miranda. Boy, did they miss him in Brazil under Luis Scolari. Bale. One friend once more.
Once again going down the aerial route, playing it into Raul Garcia, who is good in the air.
Bale does well as Siqueira. Bad on stealing the ball, but Bale looking for Benzema. He was offsides now. The back heel leaves Bale all alone, and with time, his cross too short. Benzema wins it.
I think Benzema just leaves his stud showing there. What a first touch it was from Gareth Bale. Siqueira tried to get tight. Gareth Bale with the first touch from that long diagonal pass. And he's racing through. He actually picked the wrong option because Benzema was already running offside.
Wearing a suit on that Real Madrid bench is Fernando Hierro, former Real Madrid captain, who comes in to replace Zinedine Zidane as Ancelotti's assistant for this season. Mandzukic lost it. National team teammate Luka Modric got it. Cristiano. Some flair to hand it over to Marcelo. Simple pass that landed in the wrong hands. Making a run was Koke.
Oh, that's a poor decision. Koke, having played the ball wide, just continued his run. Saul made the wrong decision. It was a poor effort from him in the end, but Koke, really good run. It ran through the heart of that Real Madrid back line.
That becomes a goal kick as Bale was pressuring Siqueira and his attempt to clear that ball. glad not to be the new kid on the block, is Gareth Bale. He said so last week after having scored 22 goals in his first season at Real Madrid. Over $100 million paid for him last year. There was so much pressure on the Welshman. But he produced when it counted. He scored in the Copa del Rey final, scored in Lisbon in the Champions League final. Now the pressure, being the new guys, falls onto others, the likes of Kroos and James Rodriguez.
Coming back to where James Rodriguez is going to play. I saw him a lot for Monaco last season, playing in a wide right position, trying to come in field at times. I'm not sure that's where he's at his best. When he was playing at the World Cup, he was playing in a more central role. He did it brilliantly.
In order for James to play in that position, Ancelotti would have to change the scheme of play.
He'd almost have to change the tactics completely and play with two holding midfield players and allow him just to play off the front, off Benzema. So then where does that leave the likes of Modric?
Khedira, we haven't spoken about him yet.
I'm not sure he's a player that's going to be at Real Madrid for too much longer. Semi Khedira.
Left off the bench for tonight's match. The German, some say, a target of Arsene Wenger's Arsenal. It's Mario Suarez. Kicks it out of bounds in order for Gavi to receive some attention.
Here is the challenge. Modric is actually trying to pull out of it in the end, so it's a complete accident with Gavi. Certainly toughened up since he's been at Real Madrid, as Modric. Jose Mourinho got hold of him and made sure that he did the defensive side of the game, something he didn't always do at Tottenham.
Florentino Perez in the middle, president of Real Madrid since 2000. Left back in 2006 for a period of 2 years and then came back. He's followed on the guidelines left by Santiago Bernabeu, the person responsible for building this stadium and whose name the stadium honors. Built it so big back in 1947. His idea was to bring in the best players in the world in order to fit it and fill it permanently. Florentino Perez certainly did that with those Galacticos that included the likes of Figo, Zidane, Ronaldo and Beckham.
Doesn't always make the right team though.
And Rafa Nadal, who just recently pulled out of the US Open. Big Real Madrid fan watching this game as he plays his tennis. With a lot of intensity as well.
I think he'd also admire the way Atletico play as well. Fighting spirit that they've got. A great performance it was from them to win the league last year, La Liga.
You thought in the beginning, Stuart, or I did at least, I'm not going to make you responsible for my thoughts, Atletico were better suited for a tournament like the Champions League. They can compete in a one-off with anybody around Europe. But over a period of 38 match days, it was going to be hard for them to withstand a long season, but they did.
They certainly did. It was down to their commitment, it was down to their organisation, their game plan. They stuck to it even when things started to go wrong. They had great belief even when they were down in games. And I think most people thought on that last day of the season that Barcelona would have too much for them, but not the case. They stopped the opposition playing, but they were also a threat on the counter-attack, time and time again, and good at set plays. Too much wrong with Mandzukic's challenge on Pepe.
First leg of the Spanish Super Cup at the Santiago Bernabeu. With Stuart Robson, Fernando Palomo. No score so far. First match of two. Second one will be played on Friday at the Vicente Calderón, the home of Atletico Madrid. Marcelo. Copa del Rey champions Real Madrid facing off against La Liga winners Atletico. Atletico winning their first league title since 1996 when Diego Simeone was a part of that squad. Now he was responsible as a manager for the next go-around at a league title.
Once again, that switch of play, I think Simeone has made out to his team that the player that's got the least amount of attacking threat is Carvajal down this right-hand side. It's proved right so far. Although he's had lots of time on the ball, he hasn't picked out the right pass, hasn't been dominant with it.
Another errant pass, this time by Ramos. Well done by Modric to win it back. A somewhat different start of a match in Spain. It's 11:30 at night in Madrid right now. Meaning this game will be played over a period of 2 days, finishing in the early hours of Wednesday, August 20th.
He hasn't had too much of the ball so far. Toni Kroos has been hounded out the game. He's been very compact in that midfield area. He'll always find a way of getting himself into the game, though, Toni Kroos. He's been an exceptional player right from the youth. German national teams.
Marcelo, Cristiano will go back to Toni Kroos in a moment as Real Madrid was trying to attack. Fouled was Marcelo. Quickly played on. Gareth Bale up the middle to Modric. Looking for Bale again. Carvajal is cross.
Well, that's where the threat is coming from. Down the right-hand side. Need more from this man. Got to make sure that when he does get into those sort of areas, he delivers good crosses. That wasn't a bad one.
Miguel Moya, Garcia, Carvajal, Pepe, and Ramos. We have crossed the 30-minute mark in this first half. Kroos. Biography of what was Pep Guardiola's first year at Bayern Munich just came out, and in it the author states that Toni Kroos left Bayern Munich against the wishes of Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in their right mind would be looking to sell Toni Kroos. There he's winning the ball back.
Koke. Raúl Garcia. Well played for Siqueira, who runs up the field for the first time. His cross cleared away. And that is Atletico's first corner of the match.
Good counter-attack. Siqueira, when he breaks forward here, Alonso lets it go. Now I think Mandzukic should be trying to get across in between the centre halves. He stays out the back and doesn't really give Siqueira any chance to get the ball to him. Godin, Mandzukic, Miranda, threats in the box.
Near post, Marcelo with the clearance. Juan Fran trying to break up was a counter by Real Madrid. Bale wants to put it back into play. Benzema. Well done by Mandzukic, tracking back to win it for Atletico. Carvajal with the foul.
It's actually good play. That was where Manfred had to come across. Gareth Bale was eating up the ground there. And he got a touch on that. Real Madrid would have been in real trouble. Even sending Godin up for this big diagonal free kick. Only just in Real Madrid's half.
Ball played by Koke. Godin to win it. Xabi Alonso with the clearance. Miranda nick it up. And here's Mandzukic straight into Casillas' hands. Well drawn and well played. Long ball now for Benzema. Siqueira on him. The Frenchman just pushes one away. Juanfran from the ground, and here comes Marcelo. Miranda tracking back. Marcelo with the foul.
Well, you can see why Godin was put up front for that diagonal free kick. He won the first ball, and there was a real mix-up in the box involving Casillas. Marcelo stopping the counter-attack with that foul. We talked about it right at the start of the game, the intensity. Well, it certainly hasn't dropped, has it, in this first 33 minutes? The way that Atletico Madrid want to press the ball in midfield. Real Madrid keeps switching the play and getting a lot of this open play down the right-hand side. We haven't seen goals. An entertaining first 33 minutes.
Now can they stand at this level towards the end of the 90 minutes of play when we are playing so early in the season?
There's that challenge. Godin, the player, trying to bring the ball out. He's actually going down before Marcelo touched him in the screen.
There's more complaining about Marcelo stepping on him when he's falling down, as there was no contact between Marcelo and Godin beforehand.
Yeah, one front tackles when he's on the ground. It's a fairly decent tackle. He'd already fallen over. Haven't seen too much of Benzema so far. Good strength for him to start with, Benzema. There's the shirt tug. It was outside the box. So he's got the strength, determination to knock Juanfran to the ground. It's the fullback that wins the battle in the end.
Cicada is calling for the referee's attention, trying to come back into the field. Atletico on the attack. Soft cross. Easy for Iker Casillas. Things haven't been easy for Casillas as of late. Made a big mistake in the Champions League final in what ended up being Atletico's first goal and only goal of that game. Luckily for him, his teammates were able to come back late. Modric. You know what happened in the World Cup. Modric with a shot.
Well, he can pack a strike. Can Luka Modric. Driving forward with that one. Godin, the centre half, comes out and gets the block in eventually. Ramos, you see, just making his way forward. Around to the player marking him.
Modric with the cross. Clearance by Mandzukic again. Xabi Alonso over to Luka Modric and another corner kick. The fourth one taken by Real Madrid in this game. 36 minutes of the first half. No score yet. Carvajal becomes an option for Luka Modric.
It's interesting, they man-mark in the box apart from Mandzukic as the spare player. He's won nearly every ball that's come into the box. The centre forward for Atleti.
The quarterback, Xabi Alonso. Cross. Modric. So many superstars in this squad, is inevitable, Stuart, to believe that there's one superstar to be sitting on a game-to-game basis. We have James Rodriguez now sitting down on the bench. Rotation will come into effect, and you'll get the likes of Toni Kroos having to sit down a match.
Absolutely. We saw Gareth Bale, who was the most expensive player in the world when he was bought, being on the bench on several occasions last year. Certainly given Siqueira difficult time in this first half. If you play for the biggest club in the world, or one of the biggest clubs in the world, you're going to have to sit it out every so often, no matter how good you are.
Thinking that James Rodriguez is on the bench for Real Madrid, and Angel Di Maria is sitting down as well. It's looking like a game for both of them to come in.
Well, Colombia's best player at the World Cup, and I think Argentina's best player at the World Cup. Maybe Mascherano would argue with me on that one.
Gavi. It's a foul by Xabi Alonso.
And a yellow card as well.
Deserving of a yellow card, though.
Yeah, Xabi Alonso got tight. He's not the best tackler. Of course, he missed the Champions League final.
Also missed the UEFA Super Cup last week because of what he did in Lisbon some 80 days back.
There it is again.
Celebrating the first goal by Sergio Ramos by running onto the field when he was suspended for that one. UEFA decided to suspend him for one European match, and that was the one game played in Cardiff against Sevilla. Modric. Mario tried to win it back. This is Toni Kroos, and another long ball by him. A long run by Bale. Out comes Moya with the header. As a last resort, that was probably his only option other than having to face Gareth Bale one-on-one. As a throw-in comes in for Atletico. Or is the referee out to correct his linesman? Yep.
He's changed his decision. I think the crowd had a lot to do with it as well, plus the players. That was good goalkeeping from Moya. Saw Neuer do it brilliantly in 1 or 2 games at the World Cup. Then Moya just mopping up behind his back four. That looked as though they'd been caught out by that excellent ball from Toni Kroos.
Well, Manuel Neuer must have had many or more clearances than most centre-backs in the World Cup.
Particularly that game against Algeria. Porto Alegre.
Carvajal.
You see the determination of Atletico Madrid players to clear the ball. 2 players going for it. Good clearance.
Kroos. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Modric. His teams have faced off 253 times before this match tonight. On rare occasions have they faced off in the month of August. Only the 3rd time in history these 2 sides play a match in August. Cross with Cristiano now playing as a number 9. Here comes Gareth Bale with the cross. Cristiano! Same combination and open up the scoring in Cardiff for the UEFA Super Cup.
Well, Gareth Bale going out to that left-hand side. It's the perfect cross. Plays it in between the centre-half Godin and the full-back Siqueira. That's where you expect Cristiano Ronaldo certainly to hit the target. He's a brilliant header of the ball. As is Godin here. Watch him win this one. There's a real mess up. Alonso plays it in the air. He's got to be stronger. Casillas. Miranda gives him a little touch, but it's not a good enough punch. Godin goes for the second ball. Mandzukic tried to lift it over him. It goes straight to Casillas. You can understand, or I can understand, why Mourinho left him out for so. I don't think it's a clash of personality. He felt that he was past his best, and I fully agree. Jose Mourinho.
An injury forced Mourinho to sign Diego Lopez. He played the end of the season 2 seasons ago, and then sat him down. Carlo Ancelotti did for the league run in his first season in charge. Ancelotti now gets a hand from the crowd, showing what made him one of the best midfielders in Italy in the late 80s. Ramos with the clearance. 3 minutes on. 3 minutes to go in the first half. That decision by Ancelotti got him a lot of criticism. The one to bench Iker Casillas made him the goalkeeper for the Champions League and the Copa del Rey. This long throw-in comes in. The header by Saul out of bounds. Luckily for Casillas, he came out good on that one as they won both the Copa del Rey title and the Champions League title.
Certainly didn't play well in that Champions League final. Played even worse at the World Cup.
Real Madrid has purchased Keylor Navas for some $15 million. Costa Rican goalkeeping wonder from Levante. And that was so responsible for taking Costa Rica into the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Foul by Carvajal. He left his leg out. Diego Simeone claiming for a yellow card on the fullback.
Yeah, it all came about because Cristiano Ronaldo was sloppy with his pass to Carvajal. Just pinching it off of him. But there was 3 outstanding goalkeepers at the World Cup. Lloris being one of them. Manuel Neuer, another. And Navas. 3 best goalkeepers in the world.
Left out the name of Memo Ochoa for Mexico. Romero was at one time the best player Argentina had in one game against Iran. It was the goalkeepers World Cup.
It certainly was.
Iker Casillas is getting ready to kick it from his own goal on Sunday. Don't forget to tune in for Portland-Seattle MLS Game of the Week at 5 Eastern on ESPN2 and watch ESPN. Ramos, Marcelo. There's been no score on this one so far, Stuart, but no lack of intensity, as we called it from the get-go.
Absolutely. Although they've had a lot of the ball, Real Madrid, they haven't created too many opportunities. 1 or 2 of the best opportunities have fallen for Atleti on the counter when they've gone longer. Ramos made that mistake and allowed Saul in. Interesting that now Gareth Bale's gone to the left-hand side. Ronaldo will come to the right. He's going to get a talking to here, is he, Gareth Bale? They were criticised at times for time wasting last year. Atletico Madrid being booed by the home fans for exactly the same thing.
But to Atletico's point, they were trying to repair a patch, a divot on the field, using that to their advantage as well. Are they trying to play in order to have the second leg rule everything for the title? Are they trying to come out here with a draw or a result that would leave them with chances for that game on Friday?
Well, one of the things you have to do when you go to a place like the Bernabeu, you've got to frustrate the opposition, you've got to frustrate the fans, and at the moment, frustrating Ancelotti as well.
Well, that's the end of the first half. No score at the Santiago Bernabeu in the first leg of the Spanish Super Cup.
Well, it's been a good first half. Atletico Madrid have played exactly how we expect them to play. Real Madrid need to play with more creativity in the second.
We'll take a break as Real Madrid and Atletico leave the field after a scoreless first half in the Madrid derby to decide the Spanish Super Cup. highlights to Robson. First off is Mario Mandzukic on this one.
Yes, one long ball forward, Mandzukic. So it's in the half, you see both go for the same ball. It's Raul Garcia. It's a good first touch from Mandzukic. Tries to hit it with a little bit of dip over the top of Casillas. Didn't quite get it right.
In the 15th minute, another blunder in the back for Real Madrid as now Saul takes advantage of it with a soft shot. Easy for Iker Casillas to parry.
Ramos was casual there. Didn't realise that there was anybody quite so tight to him with the first ball. Pepe just heads it back to Ramos. His first touch is a poor one, and Saul decides to hit it from distance. Doesn't get it across Casillas. That's the only way he was going to score.
With 4 minutes left in the first half, Gareth Bale now switched over to the left side and he crossed this one over for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, how many times do you see that? Cristiano Ronaldo in the penalty box as the second centre forward. He's good in the air.
Only the second time in history that teams from the same city played for the Super Cup. and Toni Kroos, all playing the similar qualities. Stuart, who does he come into play for?
Well, if it was me, I might take off Benzema and put Ronaldo through the middle and bring James Rodriguez onto that left-hand side. That's one option. Well, that's exactly what Ancelotti will do. Ronaldo hasn't been particularly good so far.
As we once again invite you to join us on Sunday at 5 Eastern, Portland. Last words from Carlo Ancelotti to James Rodriguez, playing as a third midfielder in the few games he's played this preseason. Not feeling all too comfortable, the Colombian has so far with Real Madrid, a team he said he loved and dreamed of playing for. Xabi Alonso and Kroos are still on the pitch. This means that Luka Modric is coming out.
It'll be interesting.
Nope, Cristiano Ronaldo out of the field.
Well, that's exactly, I talked about Ronaldo playing through the middle, but on pure form, Ronaldo was probably Real Madrid's worst player in that first half. So no surprise there that James Rodriguez comes in to replace him.
Only 45 minutes for Cristiano Ronaldo. He came out after a header came from a cross by Gareth Bale, limping off. From that play, we don't know if that was the reason for him coming out for the start of the second half in the first leg of the Spanish Super Cup with Stuart Robson, Fernando Palomo. No score so far at the Bernabeu, home of the Copa del Rey champions. They face off in the Super Cup against the league winners, Atletico Madrid, the side coached by Diego Pablo Simeone, former Argentina international.
Almost as if he's telling his right back that James Rodriguez is on. I think Juan Fran probably knows that by now. James Rodriguez is going to play on the left-hand side. He will drift in field to try and support Benzema. Clever footballer, very intelligent player, great technical ability.
And one thing as well, Stuart, if things get complicated for Real Madrid, there's always the Di Maria option still on the bench.
Well, Di Maria adapted his game perfectly under Ancelotti. So often a wide front player. Last year he played as a third central midfielder. At that position he thought, I think that James Rodriguez was going to play. But you require in that position to be good defensively, and Di Maria did that really well last year, something that he improved in his game.
And here comes James Rodriguez looking for the ball, asking for it. Modric, Carvajal. His name is Luka. Modric over to Bale. Carvajal with the low cross, Bale. His shot! Great save by Moya.
Good first touch from Gareth Bale to take it past the defender. With his right foot getting the shot away, trying to play it across the goalkeeper.
James once more. Trying to connect with the Welshman.
Watch this touch when it comes from Carvajal. He just takes his touch past the defender, Godin. There it is, Godin gets too square, can't get back on the ball, and he just tries to hit it with power. Just gets the right height for Moya to make the save. No question that he was trying to shoot for goal.
Now would you put Stuart Gareth Bale on his most comfortable side, the left side of the field, now that Cristiano has left the field?
No, I'd stick with him on the right-hand side. I think he's more threatening when he comes infield onto his right foot and gets shots away.
Xabi Alonso playing with a since the first half. Coque and Siqueira are the yellow-carded players on the Atletico Madrid side. Marcelo, nice backheel pass by James Rodriguez, but it lands straight onto Gavi. Juan Fran on his right side. Gavi's cross cleared by Pepe.
Really, Casillas should have dominated that situation. Cross into the box, but Casillas needed to be able to take that one. There's nobody in and around it. They do that so well, hit those big diagonal crosses into the box for the likes of Raul Garcia, who's good in the air. Mandzukic likewise. There he is. There's the other one.
They go near post. Gavi. Pepe once more.
Delivery. Defended by Pepe.
Near post corners, a trademark for Atletico under Simeone. Goes far post this time. Godin brings it down. They were looking for Miranda. His third time a charm.
There again, Godin winning the ball in the air. Trying to head it back across for Miranda. Alonso did well. He just nudged Miranda out the way so he couldn't get his jump in. Got so hard at his set plays to Simeone.
Play it short. Ball play back in. Mario Mandzukic tried it.
That was going to be a close one. Whether he was offside or not, Mandzukic, and he got a touch on that.
Mandzukic, who came in to replace Diego Costa, leading goal scorer for Atletico last season with 27 league goals. Xabi Alonso, Juan Fran, Kroos, that was Modric. Trying to bring it down is Marcelo. They were looking for Mandzukic again, and the Croat commits the foul. Now, how different is Mandzukic from Diego Costa?
Well, they used Diego Costa quite often. They went from back to front really early because he was a handful in the air. He backed into people. He made it difficult for defenders. I think Mandzukic has got better movement. I think he's a better technical player than Diego Costa. I'm not sure he's going to score as many goals, or he's going to be so difficult to mark when balls are played from distance. But certainly if they get good possession in midfield, Mandzukic is a good runner. He's got clever movement.
Carvajal with the cross. Benzema brings it down. Miranda. Benzema. He's got Toni Kroos. Marcelo. Trying to make a run. Trying to beat Juan Fran and can't.
We saw Benzema do a good centre-forward job there, backing into Juan Fran and heading it back across the box.
Kroos played it quick. Marcelo cleared away. Marcelo lost the job to Quintrao towards the end of last season. Well regarded by Luis Felipe Scolari as James Rodriguez loses the ball. Cross, they fight for it in the middle of the field. Much to the style so liked by Diego Simeone. He wants his players to play with the intensity he used on the field as a player. Former Atletico, Lazio, Inter midfielder.
Is Griezmann. A player that had a decent World Cup. Goes to France, and the French players did. Surprised that they lost so tamely to Germany in that half-16 game.
Benzema with a shot cleared away by Neuer towards the end.
It was played in blistering heat and high humidity in Rio de Janeiro, that game.
Carvajal. Modric. Marcelo. He comes in. Modric. Dispossessed. And Xabi Alonso wins it back for Madrid. The shot by Carvajal.
He just couldn't keep it down. Carvajal, he's had a lot of the ball. Stats. Madrid had 73% of possession. He's made the most of it so far. He's been a culprit, the right back. It's actually the quarter-final, not the last 16 game between Germany and France.
Nice one touched by Benzema. He gets it back. James tries it from there straight into Juan Fran. Madrid. Sergio Ramos. That's how far upfield is Real Madrid are playing with their center backs in Atletico territory. Looking to get that so important first goal in this series. Carvajal. Well played. Here's Kroos. He's got all the time to shoot. Takes a deflection, goes off. An Atletico player, Juan Fran, trying to keep it in play. Gives it away, now Marcelo. As Real Madrid reconstructs the attack with Xabi Alonso. Carvajal.
Great defending, Juan Fran at the back post. Benzema looked like he was going to be favourite. Carvajal with a good cross. Again, that switch of play. He's got time to pick out his cross. Juan Fran, the covering fullback, just does enough to put Benzema off.
As we've gone past midnight in Spain, the look of worry from Atletico's president Enrique Cerezo. The look of worry now should be on Real Madrid fans as the first reports come out of the dressing room. And they're talking about a recurrence in that left leg injury on Cristiano Ronaldo. That injury we were talking about, Stuart, that left him out of 100% form.
It shows you no matter how good a player you are, even if you're one of the world's greatest players, if you're not 100% fit, you don't always have an effect on the game, or a good effect on the game, and that was the case with Ronaldo.
So Saul comes out of the game. The first substitution for Diego Simeone is the youngster Antoine Griezmann, 23-year-old Frenchman who grew up in Real Sociedad's academy. He went to school in Bayonne, an hour's drive east of the border in France, and plays internationally for France. Played in last summer's World Cup.
I saw him play as a youth player in some of French junior teams, the 17s, the under-19s. Good attacking player.
Toni Kroos wins it for Real Madrid. They try to counter as they tackle by Mario. Wow, that will be deserving of a card, surely. Here comes James. His cross.
Toni Kroos driving away in midfield. It was Suarez that made the tackle, recovering. He was waiting for the ball to go out of play, I think, the referee, before he booked Suarez. It was a poor challenge, as we've seen on many occasions from these Atleti players. Here it is again. Plays the ball off, slides in. I think Toni Kroos makes the most of it. I don't think he's badly hurt. Gets caught slightly. No need for Suarez to go to ground there. The ball had already been played away.
Now Suarez joins Sequeira and Koke as the Atletico players booked by referee Javier Estrada Fernandez.
Looks like Griezmann's going to play up the front alongside Mandzukic. Means Raul Garcia will come to where I think he's better, playing out on the right-hand side. Particularly when balls are out on the left-hand side and diagonal balls come into the box. Raul Garcia is as good as anybody in the air. It was their main threat in two of the Champions League games last year, particularly against Chelsea.
And out goes Mandzukic. Complains by hit on the face by Sergio Ramos. Look at Simeone took it to the fourth official.
Well, they get challenged. It's a foul by Mandzukic, and as they're on the ground, I think Sergio Ramos tries to push him away, and I think Mandzukic is trying to make a lot of this. Here's the foul.
There is the challenge by the Croat.
Here we go. What does he do? Oh! Ramos looks as though he may have just clenched his fist.
As they come down, Stuart, look. First is Mandzukic with the elbow on the face, and now there is the punch by Sergio Ramos.
Does he clench his fist, go through with the punch? Oh, yeah, he knows what he's doing there, Sergio Ramos. Then he just pleads his innocence. Mandzukic certainly makes the most of it, but there was definitely a punch of some sort from that man there, and he's got away with it. Sergio Ramos.
For yet another time in his career. Now, there is goal line technology in football this time around. In this day and age, no technology to assist officials in this sort of play.
But they can look back at it at some point. He was saying he was getting up off the ground. Mandzukic is not a happy man. He knows that he's been hit by Sergio. Why does he do it, Sergio Ramos? So ill-disciplined at times. You can say that about Pepe as well, as we saw in the World Cup. They're a couple of hotheads, aren't they?
At their best, and when they decide to play the game and stay away from those extracurricular activities, certainly the best centre-back pairing in the world.
Well, they can be.
But then you have the likes of images we just saw from Ramos and Pepe so often that make you think twice about that statement. Marcelo. James. Beat to that ball by Miranda. 15 minutes on in the second half. First leg of the Spanish Super Cup. Tournament played, or a trophy played without interruption since 1982. Home and away, 2 legs. First played at the Copa del Rey winners. Second match played at the La Liga champions. Now Siqueira commits the foul on Gareth Bale, and he has a yellow card.
The stupidity. Doesn't need to go in there. Siqueira just back off. Gareth Bale is going to play the 1-2. Comes in too square, too flat, too quickly. Doesn't slow himself down. Simeone may need to make a change here. The next tackle that Siqueira makes, he's going to be off.
James to curl it into the box. Kroos and Modric looking for a rebound. Alonso and Mario Suarez have a little chat in the perimeter. There is James, and another clearance in the box by Atletico. Marcelo to the Colombian. Kroos brings it down. Pepe with Ramos in the box.
That's the better side of Sergio Ramos, attacking that ball, beating Godin in the air on that occasion. See another substitution, and we mentioned it. Siqueira had to come off.
So Guilherme Siqueira on a yellow and so close from being thrown off. Will leave the field. In his place comes Argentine Christian Ansaldi, one of the newcomers to Atletico Madrid, having been loaned out by Russian side Sinet.
He's himself an unpopular figure here at the Bernabeu, has SUSCRIBETE.
They used that substitution as well, Stuart, for another bit of time wasting.
Sure, it works. The referee usually adds on a lot more time than is actually being wasted.
Mandzukic and Ramos go at it again. As Mandzukic comes down. Now, we were talking about earlier on, Stuart, about how would Atletico substitute Diego Costa. Well, the Croat Mandzukic has been a good sub, a replacement for those Costa-Ramos battles we used to see.
Yeah, absolutely. No love lost between those two players now. Mandzukic doesn't jump early enough, and Ramos just sticks his right arm across. Mandzukic making sure the referee knows that he's been whacked on the back of the head. Chance to whip this ball in. Real Madrid holding a very high line here. Godin will be a target in the box. His movement is excellent, so is his determination. Not so hard at their free kicks.
You've been there. What do they talk about in the box? Gavi, Juanfran.
Didn't make the most of that situation. They had to get the cross in there. Trying to get it down the side. Still rubbing his head, Mandzukic. Both were smiling. I'm not sure it was too pleasant between the two players.
They'll get a chance to see each other once more on Friday for the return leg. Lucky Sergio Ramos will be playing on that one after he just saw yellow. Here comes Godin, straight on over Pepe. That's how easily he wins in the aerial game.
Does the referee give a free kick? He gets his, yes, he does give a free kick. Just puts his elbow, but he jumps early. And if you jump early, it's almost impossible for the player underneath you to get any distance or any height on his jump. A bit unlucky there, Godin. I think referees give too many free kicks and fouls. Players challenge in the air. There's always going to be contact of some sort.
Christian Ansaldi cleared that one. Modric. Xabi Alonso, only one shot on goal for Real Madrid so far. That came off the right boot of Gareth Bale as James goes down, and here comes another chance for Real Madrid to open up the score in a foul on the Colombian Rodriguez.
And he's trying to shield the ball. Gabi's in behind him. Make too much contact, and it looks as though James Rodriguez, there it is, he actually falls down on the second occasion. Some contact. Just wanted to make sure the referee saw it. Now, who's going to take this? No Cristiano Ronaldo, of course. We know that Ramos can take a good free kick. Gareth Bale. Toni Kroos can do so. And James Rodriguez. They're all fighting over this one.
And here comes the spray making his debut in Spain.
Here he goes.
Now the referee, what he has to do is just mark the line and then have players step over that line and not let players judge where the line should go.
You're absolutely right.
They're still rubbing it off. Here comes Ramos' shot over the crossbar, but the ref will have him taken once more. Here comes a yellow on Raul Garcia. Well, asking him why.
He booked one player. There seemed to be about 3 or 4 that came forward. We'll have to see that again. Raul Garcia. He was on the end of the ball. He was one of the ones that were behind the line to start with. Well, what does Raul Garcia do wrong? He's right on the end. He's no further forward than any of the other players.
Out goes the line.
I don't think he's mastered it quite.
Mandzukic rubs it off with his left boot. Here comes another shot of Estrada Fernandez.
But you're absolutely right. Put the line down to start with and then get the players beyond it. Don't wait try and push them back. Otherwise, there's no point putting that in.
And then the players start walking right on top of the line, trying to win some precious inches. And now it's Bale's turn. His shot, Moya! Here comes cross over the crossbar.
Well, the goalkeeper wouldn't see this until it's gone through the wall. Real Madrid had 3 players, 2 on the end. Bale goes with power, but Toni Kroos should score. Loses his composure here. See how they just break in the wall. Toni Kroos turns. Now he's making his way forward. Can't quite get over it. Hits the bottom half of the ball rather than the top half of the ball. Biggest chance so far in the game.
Pepe comes out. Xabi Alonso over 70% possession for Real Madrid, and this has been talked about. When a team faces Atletico Madrid and their pressure and their intensity, they sometimes let the opponent have the ball. And in this phase of the season, in this state in which Real Madrid are constructing the team, they are giving the ball away for Real Madrid to feel uncomfortable with it, maybe.
Well, the other thing, that if your team backs off and you can get into these wide areas, there's always some space on the field, and the space has been throughout the game with the Real Madrid right back, Carvajal, and he hasn't made the most of the situation. When they get it out there, at times you have to keep putting the ball in the box and getting players in the box. Benzema hasn't done enough when balls have been out wide. Now they've got 2 players, 3 players in the box. They've got to get a cross in here.
Carvajal beating Ansaldi. His cross falls short. Seen very little of Antoine Griezmann so far. James Rodriguez pressured by Koke. Modric. As Koke is over assisting Ansaldi on that side. Modric with a throw-in. Bale and then Gavi. Carvajal. James. The shot. Did it take a deflection? Nope. 20 minutes to go.
He got it out of his feet pretty quickly there, James Rodriguez. Just up in the tempo here. Real Madrid had a couple of good efforts. Gareth Bale with that right foot shot. Saw the one from Toni Kroos where he should score. But still, they can't get that first goal, Real Madrid.
Catch all the highlights and analysis from this match, as well as the UEFA Champions League playoffs matches that were played today. Tune into ESPN FC tonight, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific on ESPN2. Cross went through without the ball as Juan Fran tried to win possession. James Rodriguez does the throw, and Xabi Alonso just gave it away. Ball lands behind Griezmann. Not the best soccer played this evening.
Not sure how Griezmann's going to get involved in the game. Not too much build-up play in this second half for the Madrid. Griezmann very much a footballer. He's not somebody that's going to fight and battle when balls are played from distance. Now he's got a bit of space. If he can get turned here.
Mario. There's Griezmann. Opens it up for Ansaldi. In goes Koke, the cross by Ansaldi. Mandzukic wanted it far post. It lands onto Raul Garcia, who did such a poor job in crossing that ball.
Well, I'd like to see Raul Garcia, when that ball was developing down the left-hand side, get himself into the box. He's so good in the air. He didn't make his way into there.
Rodriguez, Thiago, and Raúl Jiménez, Mexican international, all warming up for Atletico. They have 3 for 1 more substitution still left for Simeone. Mandzukic, well done by Casillas. Ramos, or that was Carvajal over to Pepe.
Was well done in the end by goalkeeper Casillas. Had he made a mistake there, yeah, that would be another error. It wasn't quite a Cruyff turn. Just gets his standing foot out the way.
Cruyff made a career out of those turns. One famous one against Yugoslavia back in 1974. Raul Garcia up the middle. Gavi has had another brilliant game for Atletico. Coca gave it away and Carvajal is on a run. Bale turns right on Gavi. James up the middle for Toni Kroos. It's close to 100 million euros got together on that play, just between James Rodriguez and Toni Kroos.
Brilliant squad, as I said earlier.
And not because of his hairdo either.
That's a good reason not to leave him, or not to put him in the squad. So yeah, I'm going to think about making another substitution. Now his coaching staff.
He's going to hold it off. Raul Jimenez putting on a shirt. Now being assisted by former River Plate and Atletico goalkeeper. He also played for the Argentine national team, Herman Burgos. Juan Fran, Griezmann. Punted away by Ramos. We've seen Atletico gain a little bit more ground on Real Madrid over the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, that was a good move when they switched the play out to the left-hand side. Griezmann was involved on 2 or 3 occasions. That's what he can do as the second striker. Play most often out in a wide area, wide left coming in field. Much the second striker here.
Marcelo. Xabi Alonso. Carvajal.
Not good enough from the fullback again, Carvajal.
Kroos wins in his shot, soft. Straight into Moya. As who was there again? Diego Godin.
I think he kicks the ground as well there. Toni Kroos. He was onto it quickly. On the substitutions. Jimenez. See whether he takes off Raul Garcia. Moves Griezmann to this right-hand side and plays Jimenez through the middle.
Benzema. One touch. Cannot find Kroos. Ancelotti has no other option but to put Ángel Di María to play in the Bernabeu. Some were saying there was too much of a risk in having Di María have the option to become a factor in this match and forcing Real Madrid to hold on to his services for this year. Bale. Xabi Alonso. Alonso quit international football after the World Cup. Not going to play for the national team anymore. It will leave him time to concentrate just on club football for this coming year and the rest of his professional career. As James Rodriguez finds Carvajal. The cross by James. Benzema goes up.
Yeah, Benzema does really well there. Of course, wasn't a particularly good one, but he attacked it up against Juan Fran. Here it is. It's lofted up. Juan Fran's caught underneath it. It doesn't jump early enough, and it allows Benzema to get a good leap in. And it's Modric that is making way for Ángel Di María. I think he's probably the best of the 3 midfield players.
If you wanted a poll about what people thought about Ángel Di María around the Santiago Bernabeu, that was a perfect example. He was well received by the Bernabeu crowd, as Raul Jimenez, who publicly stated on Twitter a couple of months back he was a die-hard Real Madrid fan, comes in wearing the rivals' colors this time, the former Club America and Mexican international, in to replace Mandzukic.
Straight swap. Jimenez. Excellent centre forward.
Di Maria. And here comes the first Di Maria factor of the game. A cross that becomes a corner kick. How can you sell a man that plays like that?
He's never been a favourite of the president, apparently, which doesn't help from his point of view, but he's an outstanding player. He's got better and better. First saw him play as a youth team player. Mandzukic worked hard for his team. Didn't have too many opportunities. Had that one in the first half.
And then that one in the face.
And you can see Ramos pleading with the referee to book Mandzukic for that handball. There's the other side of Ramos, which you see far too often.
Bale. The cross by Gareth Bale straight to Miguel Moya.
We'll talk about Diego Costa. They also lost a very good goalkeeper in Courtois. Moya's had an excellent game so far. Very competent.
Jimenez. Pepe. Xabi Alonso. Angel Di Maria. Whoa. The nutmeg on Mario Suarez. Certainly the Argentine wants to become a factor and force the president to listen to the referendum from the stands. Carvajal making the run. Di Maria all alone in the far post. The cross. Juan Fran, the clearance. Cross brings it down. Carvajal once more. Benzema goes down. Up he goes. James! Goal! Goal! Real Madrid, the golden boot. James Rodriguez with the goal.
What play it was in the end, down that right-hand side. We said that's where the goal would be coming from. The cross comes in. It's not a good header out from one front. Tony Kroos, as he does so often, picking out the right pass. And when the cross comes in, Miranda does well the first time. But James Rodriguez is first to the ball. Takes a deflection before it goes in. Look how quick he's onto it. Right foot, takes a deflection off the player on the ground. Godin. There's the cross. Miranda defends it well. Godin gets the clearance in. But it's that deflection. It actually comes off the second defender. It's the substitute. And Saldi.
De Carvajal por el lado derecho. Después con el remate para James tras el rechace y acaba de marcar.
So the impact player in this first leg ends up being James Rodriguez so far. His goal has Real Madrid in the lead in the first leg of the Super Cup. Raúl Jiménez, one-timer by Griezmann. His shot! It's a Koke. And a save in hand by Casillas.
Made just a swerve in the air this. It looked as though he was right behind it and suddenly only went with one hand. Good response from Atletico Madrid, and this is where they are good. Set plays.
Koke, near post went Miranda, as Jimenez cannot reach it. 8 minutes to go.
Great run from Miranda, getting across that near post. You talked about that near post cross earlier in the commentary. Jimenez couldn't quite get round the back. Ball just went beyond him.
The back heel. Koke, cleared by Ramos. How important scoring first in a Super Cup. In 15 of the last 20 title games, the team to score first wins the title. That's 75% of the time. They have 7.5 to go here, plus what's added on by the referee. And then the 90 minutes or so to be played on Friday at the Calderon.
Well, it means that Atletico Madrid now have to find a way of scoring themselves back into this tie. Problem for them sometimes in these games.
Real Real Madrid in the lead, having played in 12 Spanish Super Cups and won 8 of them. In 1989, they were handed the trophy as they won both the league and the cup. Back then, they decided not to play the Super Cup and just handed them the title. This could be their 10th Super Cup win in history. But again, a lot to be played close to the Manzanares River.
Eventually, they kept on switching the play out to that right-hand side. Carvajal has had a lot of the ball. Eventually found a cross that was quite dangerous. That was defended quite brilliantly by Miranda to start with. James Rodriguez, first to the knockdown. The difference between the two sides at the moment.
Marcelo with a nice give and go by Di Maria. The cross cleared away by Godin.
Right place at the right time once again, Godin. Marcelo driving forward. Done so many times over his career. It's the trouble when he's trying to get back and defending. That's his problem.
Gareth Bale. As this crowd is chanting that hit made so famous by the Argentine fans back in the World Cup. Xabi Alonso playing it short is Karim Benzema. Makes so many sacrifices as a center forward just to allow his team to keep possession and gain flow during the match.
He doesn't get involved with that much of the play. Karim Benzema. Saw him at the World Cup sometimes come out to the left-hand side when Giroud was playing through the middle. Been a great team player, but Benzema has certainly done much better in the last couple of years for Real Madrid.
4.5 to go in the first leg of the Spanish Super Cup. Marcelo. Return leg is on Friday. Di Maria's shot. And another corner kick for Real Madrid. This is the 20th two-legged series in history between these two sides, having played in Copa del Rey before. Real Madrid has the edge, 13-6, and so far they have the edge in this one after that James Rodriguez goal. The cross comes in. We saw Rafa Nadal celebrating in the box. An avid Real Madrid fan is the tennis superstar.
Good delivery into the box from that short corner. Pepe is a threat. Can't quite get it on target. So they're just going to hang out. They can't lose this game 2-0, or this first leg 2-0. Won't be a terrible result for them.
Griezmann. Away goal rule in effect, so Atletico will try to get one here. Ansaldi. Meaning if there's a tie, the team that scores the most goal in the opponent's field wins the game.
It's a good break from Atletico Madrid. Asking questions now of James Rodriguez defensively. 7 corners each.
Near post once more. Goal! With the slightest of touches, and there it is, that so important away goal scored by Atletico. 1-1.
Well, you said it, we've said it all along. Set plays are a real threat. They get to that near post ball. It's headed by Godin slightly, and it's next play. That's Suarez that gets the first one, and he gets a slight touch, does Raul Garcia. Here we see Suarez with the first header, and there's the flick, and it's a good flick as well. No marking. Said they needed that away goal. They've got it now, and he knows it. On that occasion, no blame attached to Casillas. Can't come from that near post ball, and he certainly couldn't get to the second one. Certainly quieting down the crowd here.
The leading scorer in the preseason for Atletico Madrid comes up big in the first official title of the year. The Spanish Super Cup is all tied up now. Can you blame it on Casillas as we take a look at Keylor Navas? His sub on the bench.
Many things I've blamed Casillas for over the last couple of years. That one I'm not sure about.
Di Maria's cross goes off of Mario Suarez. As certainly the cameras spotting Casillas as the was responsible in that one. The cross by James. Carvajal, can he take a shot and another deflection? Did it go overhand?
Well, Carvajal did really well to get his touch inside. Then he went for the shot. The Real Madrid players all claimed it hit an Atleti player on the hand. Here it comes again. Well, it certainly does hit the defender on the hand. Suarez.
Now, it's every hand a penalty.
Not for me, no. Not sure there's too much he could have done about that. From quite a short distance. Many people would disagree with me. Handballs are given far too easily at times. Does he put his hand to the ball, or does it hit him on the arm? Only he'll know that, but the referee had to make a quick decision. He may not have even seen it.
Again, we've said so before, goal line technology now in effect in most of the world of soccer, but not around this type of plays. As we've reached the 90th minute, Angel Di Maria, his shirt pulled back, pulls a turnaround inside the box. Referee let play go on as Atletico Madrid loses it again. Raúl García, Gavi, Sergio Ramos. How important is that goal scored by Atletico? James Rodriguez's cross. They lost last year's Super Cup without losing any game. They drew against Barcelona 1-1, with Barcelona scoring that away goal. And tied 0-0 at the Camp Nou in the return leg. Barcelona went on to win the title.
Once again, Marcelo claiming that Griezmann should be booked. Got to get the ball in the box here at Real Madrid.
2 more minutes to be played here. Toni Kroos. Carvajal. Di Maria. Trying to get away from Raúl García.
They defend with such determination, such organisation. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid now know they've got to go to their neighbours and they've got to score a goal unless they can get one here.
James. Gave it away. This is Griezmann. Jimenez. Well played, but that's too much of the game already gone under the legs of Koke. Iker Casillas, is he to blame again?
No, I'm not sure he is. He can't come for that near post cross. They don't defend it well enough at the near post. He won't see the ball coming through. And he's at fault for that goal. I'm not his greatest fan, but I think the director's being fair on him there.
Toni Kroos. Antoine Griezmann with the foul.
I said he's not a good defender, but he's going to have to be a good defender. He's playing for that man, Simeone. Griezmann.
Xabi Alonso. Kroos. Di Maria. Miranda clears it.
They've been brilliant again, Miranda and Godin.
And that's it. We'll let the Vicente Calderón be the judge of the Spanish Super Cup. James Rodriguez with his first goal for Real Madrid, and Raúl Garcia with 5 minutes to go, tying it up. This 1-1 does not decide anything in the Spanish Super Cup.
Well, it was a good performance from Atletico Madrid defensively. Real Madrid didn't quite have the creativity to break them down.
We'll take a break and look at the best plays of this match when we come back. 1-1 at the Bernabeu.
Let's do some fancy footwork.